All right, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Renaissance. Renaissance. I will get it by the end of this arc. Um, Thank you. The vote of confidence really makes it work for me. All right, so everybody, this whole arc, we're gonna have NPCs in the games, and at the start of the game, we're gonna have our dearest news reporter Patagon, new talk show host Patagon, interviewing an NPC from the game. So we have NPC art cards out there, like has a nemesis, has a secret. Just throw a little like spice onto the NPCs if you want to. You guys, those are going to be in both the regular collection and also in the if you donate $20, you get give cards to the whole community situation. In those packs, as the regular one and the other one, we put in extra world builder cards. They will only exist for this weekend. If nobody gets them by the end of the weekend, it's fine. It's gone. The next weekend we'll put up another set of them. This weekend it is the hit show card. So make up a show. Like, and do you star in it? Who else is in it? It's like, is it just an NPC show that you watch? Love that too. So that is what, like, there's one in the buying packs, and there's one in the donating packs. Tattoo cards are back because we're doing a tattoo event at the Feast Easy at the end of the month. They are going to be epic based tattoos with the epics having like their art style influencing them. So look forward to that. Wander packages are launching at the end of the month. If you have ideas of what you want to see, drop it in the workshop. I think that is everything. And welcome to A Distraction, everybody. All right, we are going to start with Patagon interviewing Billiam.
All right, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Patagon Show, where we have honored guest Billiam. How are you doing today, Billiam?
Hello, Patagon. It's an honor to be here. Yes.
All right. So I hear that you're not from around here, and I might know where you're from, but to clue in the rest of everyone, it's a long way from the liminal plane. So, out of all the things that you've seen here, what would be the biggest culture shock that you've had?
The biggest culture shock. I dare say the otters are quite strange, but all in all, I kind of float from city to city, and I really enjoy taking in everything.
That's good. That's good. So I hear that you do have a particular set of skills and a family of daughters that might share those. So are there any plans for a father-daughter team up?
That'd be up to my daughters. They're all married now. I don't know exactly what they're up to. I've kind of grown a bit distant, but I have trained each and every one of them well. But I wouldn't be opposed to strutting side by side with the girls.
Very good. Very good. Well, everyone keep a sharp lookout for that. So on the subject of the particular set of skills, could you elaborate on what exactly does that mean, and what do you do with them?
Well, you see, Pentagon, growing up, I was not exactly the eldest son, but I became the eldest son. And in order to do that, I had to train. And when you go and decide on a goal, you end up picking up skills that to normal people are quite frightening. And turns out I'm really good at killing things.
I see. I see. Well, that's a good way to describe it then. Um, so I guess with that, there's something strange in Haven? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, this is Haven's having a kind of a growing problem here with a new city outside of Haven called Outer Haven, and it's kind of a place that brings in all the malcontents.
All right. Well, I do hope that the set of eyes that you have planned can help you out with those strange occurrences. Then.
Yes, I do look forward to working with everybody, but it'll be fun.
Well, have a great time, and I'll let you get to it.
Yes, quite. Thank you, Patagon, for inviting me onto your show.
Pleasure was mine. It's always great to hear from the communities.
Peanut's sitting at his desk. He has a letter delivered by one of his mice apprentices with wax in a very haphazardous way splattered on it, and it clearly says has the super S as the wax seal, but it also has fingerprints all over it. And it says, and if you guys want to hear it, unmute your stream.
Hey, Peanut, Soki here. Listen, we have a request from White King that I think we should check out. As I'm sure you are aware, magic on the Echo has been flowing at an increased rate ever since we arrived here. Now that the moon is active again, it seems to have amped up the flow a bunch. The weir is now growing, and pipes from its roots are popping up all over the place. One such example happened to be in Folksong, while Tomb Squad was out on an adventure. One of the pipes sprung a leak and was sending pure magic right into the lady who lived in a shoe's shoe. I'll spare you the more graphic details, but the increased magic had a side effect that made her keep growing and keep eating bigger and bigger things. Don't worry, Tomb Squad fixed that issue. But as we investigated further, we wound up in Castlin. There, in Castlin, White King showed us the root cause. One of the pipes of the weir showed up, and it's almost like a pressure release valve sort of situation. But what is being controlled with this particular level is the flow of magic. How cool is that? Naturally, the people of Castlin turned that baby to the max, and you can actually feel the magic flowing around you. Anyway, King thinks that there must be more of these points elsewhere on different sides and wants us to open them all to make the Echo brimming with magic. This seems like a wonderful idea, but I do have some concerns about whether or not the weir can actually handle that sort of flow, or what it would do to the Echo as a whole. But it definitely has piqued my interest, and I think it's worth investigating further. Let me know what you think, or if you have any more questions. May your travels always be exciting and your journeys filled with adventure. Signed, Soki Chatterfang. P.S. Squad.
Excellent. Oh, so as he's reading that letter, Billiam, that is when you come into Peanut's office. Peanut's like, excellent, Billiam. It's like, nice to see you once again. And I think, personally, I've always held it that Billiam and Peanut have a professional relationship. Because on the liminal plane, they both did the same thing.
Yeah, they're totally just professional buddies.
He's like goes over this letter and he's just like, odd occurrences all over this new world. Saw you on the Patagon show last night. Nice appearance.
Yes, thank you. I'm not one for very public appearances anymore, but I figured it's Patagon. I might as well show up.
It's Patagon. That's right. Like, I've got an interview with him coming up on Monday.
Oh, good luck. Get all those shakes out before you head up there.
It's just like, I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, does my hair look nice?
Yeah. Is that a new perm?
Thank you for noticing. It's like, have you stopped by the salon/spa that Dyad has become? A lot of people upset about becoming massively unhoused and destroying a full city, but we got a very good spa out of it.
Well, it's just the cycle of the world. I might have to stop in there myself.
Yes, those flamingo with a perm. Get some jerry curls. Anyway, I've read your report. We have an incident in Outer Haven that you need maybe like an inspector's eye upon. Maybe a scientific eye, maybe an eye spy, if you will.
Yes, I need people with more skills than myself.
I don't know anyone with more skills than yourself, but I know people with different skills from yourself. And then he calls in the three, Renic, Cat, and Arthur. He's just like, welcome, like, always good to see you, Renic. Cat, ever reliable. Then he looks at Cat real quick. He's just like, is your arm still fucky?
Hasn't been giving me any problems lately, but yeah, a little bit.
We might actually find a use for that. And he looks over at Arthur, and he's just, Arthur, I know for the most part, you work on commission for the Lockstitch Academy.
You know the fee.
Yeah, Lockstitch Group.
If the money's good, I'm in.
It's like, well, let me introduce you to a man with a certain set of skills. This is an old friend, Billiam.
Pleasure to meet you.
Great. Flamingos. Just what we needed.
Yes, I know the reputation my brethren have with your group, but I assure you, I'm all business.
Well, that's good to hear. So what's the job?
Well, as you all know, Haven has a new growing outer city of its own that they're referring to as Outer Haven. Now, this new city is, well, it's not a good place. It's pretty much the wilds of the city. You got mercenaries, merchants that are peddling black market wares. But there is a code, but it's not a good place for anybody to live. It's pretty rough. But while I was there, I encountered a group of dastardly pirates. And it seemed they found something. And in me prying and, being a nosy little bird, I found what appeared to be brass roots of some kind. And while I'm good at dealing with extra company or, the little lackadaisy lackeys that might be out there, I needed help from the crew of Lockstitch. You see, I think this could be leading to a bigger event that, led to the destruction of the liminal plane of sorts. And while the flamingos in your group haven't exactly gotten along, I do know that the crew is always trying to help, even if they do fuck up a lot.
Oof.
So, you want us to go and reconnoiter this new city and specifically this pipe growth that you described, and see what's going on. Is that correct then?
Yes, investigate this growth and see exactly what it leads to. And hopefully it's nothing dangerous, but it needs to be investigated for sure.
What's our win condition?
I believe if we uncover where these roots lead to and find the source of them, and deal with the pirates surrounding it, I think that should be good.
Okay. I know what I'm doing here.
Looks up. He's just like, according to a letter that I just received from Soki in his role of Tomb Squad. He like shows you all the letter. Mostly just the envelope completely stained all over with waxy fingerprints. Soki says that these roots appear to be from the Weir, a giant tree on Tefrates. No, none of us have been able to get close. The locals are not what you'd say, or not what you'd call inviting.
Sounds familiar.
But
They just haven't dealt with my natural charms yet.
You're on the short list to go to the Weir then. But that is neither here, that is not here. That is there. Not a right now issue. The right now issue is studying these roots. Soki says that they do seem to be transporting magic all around the Echo. If too much magic builds up in them, they do tend to burst pipes, it seems. We feel that these might be the same pipes that some of us traveled during the corruption. Now that the magic is not corrupted, it is more easily able to flow as it seems to be designed. It does seem like we may have set this in motion, from both showing up in the first place and then reactivating Luna. Pat, I know that you have made some contacts in Outer Haven, before it was called that.
I have, yeah.
If we could make use of that, that would be very handy.
Let's see. If I remember correctly, it was the pizza guy. Actually, he might be useful. He goes a lot of places.
Everyone opens the door for the pizza guy.
And is Mal?
Malpractice.
Has he gone back to Outer Haven? When was the last time we saw him? I can't remember.
The last time you saw him was in a dream, but he was on vacation at the resort. The last time we actually saw him, he was helping people in Dendroid, but he was heading back to Outer Haven.
Excellent. Yeah, I know a couple people we could stop by and see.
Malpractice is a name I know as well.
I'm sure he'd be thrilled to see me again, too.
Yes.
I've been nothing but friendly to him.
If you all could map out where the location of where these routes go, keep an eye out for any levers such described by Soki. It's like brass tube full of magic, sometimes venting out dangerous magical energy. Mm-hmm. And then, he's like he's rereading the letter. It's just like, now, I must warn you, Billiam. You all should go in. Like, I always suspect that you're packing. Don't worry. It's like, but this is only in part a stealth mission. I have reason to believe the pirates that you have seen are part of the Shaper's crew. The Shaper is a giant fox man who carries a massive warhammer made out of null metal. He is currently, based on the last... Oh, no, Arthur. Like, you met the Shaper.
I've met the Shaper, that stupid, like, venture capitalist asshole. Yeah. Yeah, we've met. I will keep an eye out for him. Meanwhile, Renic, you've been pretty quiet. Like you're thinking about something. What's on your mind?
I don't really have much to say here. Sounds like we are going to go do some investigation and see what we can figure out.
Any hypotheses or anything that you have ahead of time that might help us?
Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, like Peanut said, we had some interaction with these pipes, roots, things during the corruption era, but aside from that, no real ideas until I get a better look at it.
Well, we'll make sure to get you up close so you can get a good look.
Peanut nodding along. He's just like, excellent. It's like you guys have a plan.
Well, I'd like to believe that we are. All professionals here, yes?
I hold myself to a certain set of standards.
Good man, good man.
So I guess if that's everything, let's get loaded out.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. What are you guys bringing with you? Like, you guys can have all of your normal stuff, but are you guys asking for anything out additional? Because we can provide.
So I think Arthur is going to request a pocket recorder so that he can record what happens for Vidra, who is not along on this particular mission. He wants to make sure that they have some material that they can use for their next project. And I'm also going to, of course, I've got my usual null metal brass knuckles, and I'm gonna also carry with me just an investigation kit and my amulet of Jessica Fletcher.
Absolutely.
What do you guys need?
A pen.
I cannot think of anything particularly special we might need. I mean, if there is equipment we'll need, we don't know about it now, I can't imagine.
Peanut slides a pen over to Billiam. She's like, this is just a pen. Like, were you looking for a pen that is also a gun?
I pick up the pen and I twirl it in my wing.
Yep. I was waiting for you to tell me what you twirl it in.
Is it a branded pen?
Yeah, it's a Lockstitch pen for sure.
No, that's all I need, Peanut.
And he's just like, excellent. we're gonna send you in. We are gonna land the submarines or the airships significantly off the coast. Don't worry. Like, we'll drop you off. Does everybody have their motorcycles license?
Yes.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Woohoo!
Well then, it's up to you to just drive yourselves in. Inconspicuous, but I don't think we need to be in any form of disguise. Like, we know that Outer Haven is a hub of mercenaries and some of the lower sort, but also they do business. They've done business with us before. Maybe just don't wear your Lockstitch badge. But if you need to, you can call upon Lockstitch and whatever authority that we have. We have a little around Haven.
That's cool. I can leverage my reputation as an independent agent to open doors if need be. I know how to reach you guys if we need anything.
Absolutely. Call if you need any help, and if worst comes to worst and you need maybe a little bit of airship support, don't worry. We'll be in the area. Oh wait, no, they won't be. The submarine will be in the area. We can't fly the airship in the Celestial Sea. There's no atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
There's an atmosphere.
There is an atomosphere.
Yeah, an atomosphere. There we go.
Let's just, you guys get dropped off and manage to like fly yourselves in and drive yourselves into the city. I don't have the tokens for the motorcycles on the screen, but if you guys need them in the future, I can get them on the screen.
Mm.
But at any time, if you guys just want to say, I hop on my motorcycle, feel free. You make it to Outer Haven, and it is, the air is thin here, but not, a lot of people describe it outside of the bubbles on or the bubbled cities of the Celestial Sea as it is like being in outer space. It's not that. It's like being at the top of a mountain. Like, it is, the air is thin, but not non-existent. And each one of, like, any of the major homes around this area will have, like, an air situation that will pump in oxygen. So the people don't spend a ton of time outside. They run from one building to the next. The only place that people do spend a lot of time out is, forgive the name, the open air market. It is a very traditional bazaar situation, but they literally, the merchants pump oxygen into the streets nonstop to both get you to stay there and get you a little tipsy, but also so that you can feel comfortably staying there.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Kat, you mentioned you had some contacts here. You mind starting us off here?
All right, we can either go see malpractice, or we can try and get a hold of the pizza guy who I talked to last time when he had tried to sell some motorcycles too.
I'll let you all take the lead.
The motorcycle guy for now might be a better option if we want information about the city, about anything strange happening.
That's kind of where I'm leaning to. Plus, I could murder a pizza.
Mm-hmm. In that case, Cat, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I've got his business card, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a call and tell him to bring a couple of what do we want? Supreme cheese meat lovers.
I'm a Hawaiian guy myself.
Oh, Hawaiian
I really need anchovies.
anchovies. Okay, how many are we talking?
Or if it covers the entire pizza, the better. Ooh,
Alright.
maybe they have a shrimp option as well.
Bill's off Broadway in Capitol Hill in Seattle used to do a killer shrimp pizza. Oh, that was good. Go to Bill's, you get yourself a pizza, and you're gonna like it.
So, all right. You guys as communicators, do they work like phones? Can we just like, is the on the back of the communicators? Can we just dial numbers? It's not how like, or are we just like looking for a payphone?
I think I was just gonna pick a shop and grab a phone off the wall, so he'd have an address for him to deliver to.
Yeah. So you call, and then in a very like, happy but like obviously a bit worn down voice, she's just like, "Thank you for calling Tony's Pizza and Weapons Shop and Fresh Fruit. What can I get for you today?"
Fresh fruit. Anyway,
Fresh fruit, absolutely. We've got a good supply tonight. We have popo nuts. We have some delightful lemons and some large collection of citrus. Just came in fresh right off the boats.
huh. Well, we'll think about that later. I know you probably remember me. I know we had a business deal a little while back. I sold you some motorcycles. For some scooters for your business.
Absolutely. Oh, like look at you. So like, are you back in town?
I am.
It's like, good. I can't deliver to the Silver Thimble. That is quite the trip.
All right. Well, we're gonna make an order so you don't have to come out for no reason. But since I'm in town, I wanted to come and have a chat with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have you guys like picked out a room? Have you guys got a place?
Yeah, we found a little corner shop in the open air market.
Oh, absolutely. We can make it there. And what do we need? And you hear him like pull out a sheet of paper. Oh no, and he just like flips his like little like notebook.
All right, we need a Hawaiian pizza, anchovy pizza, meat lovers pizza. We'll do mediums because we're all. You don't need a. Everyone doesn't need their own large pizza. That'll be it.
And yep, we'll make that right to the open air market on our way. He's like, on my way. He's like, he looks over. You hear him shout. It's just like, Bertrude, you're in charge of the shop.
Oh, hang on. Do one more Hawaiian. That's what it was, right?
I'm for Hawaiian, yeah.
Yeah.
Gertrude, double up the Hawaiian. It's just like, I don't know what Hawaii is.
It's a fruit pizza.
It is.
Tropical pizza.
Yeah, it's tropical fruit pizza. Let's put it this way. So that's you need to get. You can do it with Canadian bacon, but if you do it with regular bacon, it's
I don't know what Canada is.
Okay, so just get some bacon, right?
Okay, all right.
And then you put some pineapples on it.
Okay.
And then if you want to get a little cool, you put jalapenos on that.
It's like, Do we got any jalapenos? We have jalapenos. Are those okay?
Close enough.
Yeah, that'll work.
Send them on. We'll meet you. We'll see you in a few.
Absolutely. Okay. So here, let's go to the open air market. Like this is just like you. So here's the open air market. This is actually Tony. That is your pizza guy. That like Tony's place is the place that has like a little. That's supposed to be a pizza. Forgive me that it doesn't look great.
Red is a pizza to me.
I appreciate that. It's like it's a pizza, right? Like my my pizza tokens are this pizza token, and when you type in pizza, they have to show you the calzone token. Why do I have a calzone token?
That looks like a gyoza.
Yo,
I mean, technically, these are all sandwiches, so I don't know what anybody's problem is.
okay, I'm just gonna do this. This will work. Tony's. It's like, if you don't get it in 30 minutes, wait longer. Just keep waiting. All right, everybody. You are waiting at the open air market. If you guys want to do a little information gathering while you're here, that's perfectly fine. People are shouting things out. There are crowds of people. All the ones that aren't tokens are just kind of there. Worry about the tokens, I would. This is Two Goblins in a Food Stall. That's the name of their There's the name of their enterprising business. They sell sausages, I think is probably the best word to use for that. Smells
You there, Goblin. I'll take one of the ambiguous meat tubes.
Ambiguous meat tube. Blueberry shows up. That's what they called me in high school. And then he goes away. I need a button that just just has it pop up. Yeah. Good. What? It's like oh yeah oh like what brings you here today, good sir? While they are setting it up, the way that they are preparing this sausage is they are like skewering it, and then they're doing the slice around the side of it to get a nice spiral, and then they are throwing it on a grill. What brings you to our fine food court today?
Well, we're a bit of this, a bit of that. Say, you two fine folk haven't seen anything crazy around, have you? Heard anything, any good rumors?
Oh, this is like, there's always some rumors, The sausage costs 5 coin. Secrets are a little extra if you don't mind. And there's just like, puts a hand out.
Yes, well, I don't mind rubbing a few feathers together. Do like a quick movement, and then like in his hand is like 10 coins.
He's like, oh, much appreciated. And like, they like throw like 3 different sauces all over it. And one of them's like super chunky. Like a chutney. And he hands you the stick and on a napkin. But he's like, oh, don't forget your napkin, sir. It can get quite messy.
No worries. And then Billiam will just upend his mouth and toss the entire thing in there and swallow.
It's like, whew.
Delicious.
Yeah. I'm always glad to have somebody that. Wow, that's quite a skill you got there, sir.
Yes, my daughter's kept referring to me as the throat goat, whatever that means.
I'm sure that doesn't mean anything bad.
It was a term of pride, honestly. I carry it with great reverence.
On the note, it says, watch yourself for thieves in the open air market. The halfling cannot be trusted.
Mm, Good day, sir. Things, but I don't know your gender. I'm sorry to assume.
We spore asexually.
Oh. Well, good day. And I'll walk back to the group.
I'm gonna roll a 20-sider and roll against me if you don't mind. 2d20.
All of us.
Oh, just Billiam. Don't you worry. Oh, wow. Okay, so what's it look like when a guy tries to bump into Billiam to pickpocket him, but Billiam is aware and attempts to stop him, and nobody succeeds? It just looks like you guys get tangled together. I don't know.
We
It's
end
a
up holding
fucking mess.
hands.
Nope. Billiam goes back to the group holding hands with a halfling.
So the halfling's got their hand all up in my feathers, and my feathers are just around their hands. It's really awkward.
Hi? How?
You appear to have made a friend, Billiam.
Yes, a friend. And I stare down at the halfling.
Yeah. You guys need directions or anything? You're looking for anything around town? I'm a local tour guide. And you hear it's just like, my purse is missing. There's that little asshole. And he's just like, I'm a tour guide and I would love to show you all around the city. It's soon.
Right now.
If you guys don't mind, hey, it's just like, it's free of charge. Maybe not free, discounted.
Billiam's gonna clack his beak together, and then he's gonna slide the note over to Renic. A little something for you. Just peruse that at your convenience.
I see.
I'm just kind of observing this whole thing, and I say to our little would-be thief, you know, it seems to me that, you know, we're not in any particular hurry to take a tour, but you probably need to give us a tour in a flash here more than we need you. So if you want to give us a tour, what's it gonna do? What's it gonna take to make it worth our while? Because we got a pizza coming.
Oh, man, I'd love a pizza. Did you order from Tony's? Of course you ordered from Tony's.
The best.
This merchant just going from one person to another is just like, no, it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's just like, well, I just, you guys all look like upstanding citizens. You would never be, you would understand if you accidentally get accused of a crime that you had nothing to do with. It's like, I don't know how this purse got stuck in my pocket here. Do you mind letting go of my hand? You're squeezing pretty tight. We could just go our separate ways if you guys don't want to tour. As like he's doing the thing where he's got two legs on Billiam's leg and just trying to pry his hand free.
That depends. Maybe before you go, you could furnish us with some information.
It's like, yeah, information, absolutely. This guy is getting closer. Like he is. You guys are the next group of people he is about to come to talk to.
I'm just gonna go and kind of make like I'm just gonna kind of filibuster a little bit. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just this great big dude, just kind of walking through the crowd right in his direction, and I keep trying to get out of his way, but going in the same direction that he is. So I'm just gonna try and create a distraction that way. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
sorry. Oh,
Excuse me.
oh, sorry.
I think I know that guy. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I bump into him, and I am going to start up the recorder and plant it in his pocket.
Roll me a 20 side. Roll me 2 20-siders. Take the higher.
You got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
You are
And-
incredibly successful at delaying this guy, but also you have planted a recording device on him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then I'll circle back later on and pick that up and see if he happens to get anything useful.
All right, so you've got this halfling in your death grip, Billiam. That I don't even think that Billiam's trying too hard.
Just the way it is.
She's like, all right. What do you need from me? What can I do for you? It's just like, and he's like, I can pay you. Like, what do we need here?
There's a group of pirates here in the Outer Haven that may have made a discovery of late. You know anything about that? Or about their group?
I mean, of course, they kicked us out of Thieves' Alley. Like, when we started rebuilding Outer Haven, you know that the city used to be something great. It used to be huge before whatever happened. Like, this used to be considered part of Haven. Giant shopping malls. That's at least what, like, my dad says. Like, but he can't really be trusted. He hits the bottle pretty hard. Like, I know. Where? Halfling with daddy issues. What else is new? It's just like, but yeah, like we've been living here for years, and then all these guys start moving in, trying to make the place better, trying to like make it an actual city. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tony's. Everybody loves Tony's, and I guess having a doctor is pretty all right. And yeah, I get to meet some cool people, and the more cool people that are out there, we get to steal shit from them, and that's cool.
You don't say.
I don't steal from them. I don't steal from anybody.
Right, of course.
He is currently trying to steal from you. He's got, like, you see him, like, hand in your pocket. The hand that's not in your hand is in your pocket. And it's just like, but anyway. So we used to live in the warehouse. Well, at least we think it was a warehouse. And they came in. It was a big empty space. Big enough enough space for everybody to sleep, you know, cozy, get you out of the wind. And then, wait, not wind, my bad. Get you out of the sand. There's no wind out here. I keep forgetting about that. So yeah, and then, like, when I went to go back, they had set up guards. Big guards, too. Like, huge amounts of armor. And that seems ridiculous. Nobody here is gonna mess with the forger. We know it's him. Like, they all wear his outfit. It's like, but I snuck in. I snuck in. I got in there once in a while. They got just boxes upon boxes of things in there. And it's just like, that's all I can remember right now, though. Shaper, not forger.
I see, okay. What do you folks say we cut this little one loose?
he was trying to steal from you, so it's up. It's not my say.
Mm-hmm. And I want to like let him go, but then also like cut his robes so he just walks out of here butt ass naked.
Mm-hmm. He just sprints out, change bags jangling. Like he doesn't hold his robe close at all. All he does hold is like obviously this merchant's bag. It matches his outfit perfectly. And it's just like jingle, 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 jingle. Like this guy finally gets around Arthur. And it's just like, you all wouldn't see haven't seen a thieving halfling around here, have you?
I mean, I cannot speak for certain as to whether it is a thieving halfling.
Are you sure that wasn't just a random child?
Is he sure it wasn't a child? No! He is very easily convinced it was, in fact, a child. He's like, a child. Not a halfling. A child dressed up as a halfling.
Oh. Yes, it must be it. Of course.
The plot thickens.
They won't be happy about this. Okay. Well, if you do happen to see the child in a halfling disguise, please let me know. My name is Bertram Phillips. And he hands you his card.
Mm-hmm.
I sell oddities and the unexpected.
You said they will not be happy. Who will not be happy?
Oh, you know, my suppliers. There's a hefty reward if you get that pouch back for me. Just like you.
One moment.
Yep, go ahead.
Billiam's gonna take off after the halfling, not halfling.
The now butt-ass naked halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Billiam takes off down the street. After, and I think he's wearing, hold on a second. I was expecting you all to come at the same time.
He's got to have underclothes on. I couldn't
Yeah.
those. Definitely got crack showing though.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's it's the one of those loincloths that has a pouch in the front. Don't worry, he's not actually a child. He is a full-grown man, everybody. Oh.
I think this part of the song is just quiet.
So, Billiam, he is hauling ass. He's doing parkour all over the place. People in the way, he's jumping up and over them. Roll a 20-sider against me. Oh my god, I'm so bad at rolling today. He's not good at running naked, turns out. Alright, Billiam, you have a tough choice. Because you can you can catch him right now. Your tough choice is, do his thief buddies show up and surround you? Or did the merchant see you run off and chase after you, thinking that you had a hint on him?
I definitely am gonna get surrounded here.
Why are they so small?
You can't ask the halflings why they're so small.
It's well, gang, what have we here? And then while this is happening, real quick, back to the open air market. It's where'd your friend go? And then Tony shows up with a stack of pizzas.
Perfect. And so I pass them out to the gang. We all kind of find a spot to congregate and eat our pies. And I offer a couple slices to the merchant.
Bertram Phillips, nice to meet you.
Bertrand, pleasure. My name is Arthur Fourtusks. I'm an investigator. So tell me about these suppliers of yours. When did they come into town?
Oh, my suppliers have been around for a while. Like, it's like, oh, thank you, Tony. Oh, thank you. And he's like, oh, hot. Oh, I'm burning the roof of my mouth. What are the yellow bits?
Pineapples, the best.
Oh, okay. And he starts picking them off and just dropping them on the ground.
Philistine.
Go ahead.
Nika asking the real question. Is the pizza order correct?
At Tony's, I think they do a great pizza. There's only one Tony. He just really likes saying Tony, and Tony's.
Mm-hmm.
And by he, I mean yo. Yeah, it's right. They may have skimped on some of the... No, they wouldn't have skimped on the toppings because Cat placed the order. So yeah, it's a little rushed. The anchovy pizza is a surprise to everyone as it does not have a crust. It is literally just a bunch of anchovies pan-fried together and then covered in sauce and cheese.
Oh.
Excellent.
That's kind of amazing.
Let me go retrieve our friend before we sit down for this conversation.
Good call. We'll wait.
Before he goes, Cat's gonna nudge like, are you strapped? Do you need?
I am well.
Okay.
He has 4 scabbards on his belt that he is carrying.
Love an anime protag.
It's just the way it works sometimes.
Before you get up to that group, you do see in the distance Billiam surrounded by an orc, what appears to be a goblin, and 2 halflings. They all have crude knives and other weapons out. One of them just has a brick in a sock. That's what the goblin has. And they're all just like the first halfling that we met is facing him, and he has the brick in the sock that was handed to him by the goblin. And he's just like, you could have left us alone, old man, but now we gotta teach you a lesson. These streets are our streets.
I think you misunderstand whose streets these really are. And then Billiam will pluck the pen that he took from Peanut and kind of flip it around again. He's like, are you sure you want to go down this road?
It's just like, it looks like we've already down this road, old man. And like the orc, the biggest one, he's actually I'm gonna make his token bigger so we can accept the fact that he's quite a bit larger. He's just like,
sound effects in here.
and like he cracks his knuckles and pulls out his shank, and that is when like the goblin turns to Renic. He's just like, you don't want none of this either. Just turn around and go home, unless you want to leave those fancy swords.
How tall are they?
The goblins and the halflings are at tops 3'6".
So like literally half my size.
Yeah, literally. The orc is probably 7 feet, maybe.
Okay. Billiam, do you require assistance?
I don't believe so. These are kind of puny little hoodlums. I'll be sure to teach them proper lesson in etiquette.
Hoodlum, and the first one, like this one over here, is like trying to like bounce on his like on the balls of his feet, like a boxer, and but like he just has like 2 sharpened butter knives as his weapons.
So knives.
They're definitely they are knives, but they don't have hilts, and they are just like one solid piece of. It is silverware that he has sharpened.
Mm-hmm.
So not even like a steak knife with the little like the bump because like it is supposed to be sharp. It is literally just like a straight piece of metal that is sharpened.
It's a shank.
Yes, that he definitely stole from his mom. Or he might be an orphan, so he comes at you though. Billiam, he's trying to stab you. He's gonna hit you for 2 damage if that hits you, by the way.
Well, you see, I gotta give him a little hope, but I let it hit me.
It's like stabbed you. He's like, yeah, you feathery fuck. And like the goblin turns his like shank at Renic. He's just like, yeah, you too. How about you drop those pretty little things you got going on? The goblin has left the circle and has started like approaching Renic.
Renic is going to instead draw them. It's like
Oh,
he
man,
was
this
trying to
really
be chill
working out
about
for
it.
us.
He was trying to be chill about it, but I mean, not anymore.
It's just like, I hope you fight better than your friend. And he does the thing where he tosses his shank from one hand to the other, like fast, but it's not really that fast.
Sure. He says, well, let's find out, shall we? And he's just gonna take a swing with Desolate Gale.
You definitely get 2d20 and take the higher, because these guys are just so low on the totem pole for you guys. That 13's real funny if we were still in a nightmare.
So 17, so he takes 4 damage?
Absolutely. Are you trying to kill him?
No.
Alright. What is a non-lethal blow on this guy look like?
What is this one? Which one is this? Doesn't say, so it's... That's the foil, so it must be the rapier. So it's literally, he uses the flat of the blade to, like, box the guy upside the like, around the ears.
He's just like, he's going in for it. He totally thinks he's got you. Like, he tosses it from one hand to the other, back to the other. He thinks he's like, you've completely lost track of the blade. He goes in for it, and then just the rapier hits him on the side of the head. And it's just like, dong, like a tuning fork as he goes flying into the wall.
Renic calls after him. So what is the verdict?
Like, don't worry. We can still take him. Look, I drew blood. And that guy's just like, okay. He's got a lot of swords, guys. I am going to basically roll a morale check for all of them. No, all of them. All of them at once drop their makeshift weapons and like, yeah, all right, well, yeah, okay.
Where's the bingo for Alan rolling only under 5?
It's like, right? It's like, all right. Sorry, I'm real sorry. The one is just like dropped his like shank, and like Drops the shank. He's like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, here, I got some club soda here, and he puts it on your shirt, and he's just like, yeah, I'll dab this out for you. My mom was a laundress. Like, I can help you here. I'm real sorry about this misunderstanding. I tripped is all. I tripped and stabbed you. I didn't mean it.
I'll find you later. And then I'm gonna stare at the original one I came here for.
He is standing in his underoos. He has dropped his sock with a brick in it. He has the pouch in his other hand. He's just like, I'm at the purse. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, do you still need that tour?
Give me the pouch, or I take your pouch. And then, like, my eyes drop down for a brief moment, then go back up.
His pouch is damp. He's just like, you don't. There's barely any money in this. You don't need this, right? Like, right? I got a family to feed.
3.
I mean,
2.
Okay. But like, what if we can come to some kind of agreement?
1.
Like, I hear. And he just throws the pouch at you.
I'm gonna grab it, clack the beak together. Good man. Good man.
Like, yeah, okay. Is he dead? Pointing to the
he'll
goblin.
He'll come to. Give it a few minutes.
All
I
right.
start strutting back to Renic. Oh, good now. We should go get our reward.
I believe there's also a conversation to be had with. I believe our food order arrived.
Oh, the Tonys.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
You guys get back there, and the merchant is currently engaged in a conversation with Tony. It's just like, now, have you thought about shrinking them down, folding them up like the calzones, and we can call them Tonys? Pizza pockets. Pizza purses.
Pizza rolls.
Oh, that's good. Like, oh, welcome back.
I toss the bag at the merchant.
He catches it. He's like, oh, ah. He opens it up and he's like, it's all here. Whoo! You all are doing some good work here. Thank you. Do you need any oddities or exports?
Maybe. Could you show us what you have?
Oh, absolutely, I could. Oh, she's just like, come on over to my stall. And he just like starts walking back to his stall. Well, the food is still in front of us. He's just like, finish your dinner. Come on over whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna have a slice of the anchovy pizza.
Is there any anchovy pizza left for him when they get back?
Yes.
Excellent.
Cat can't do fish.
Cat can't do fish.
Cat can't do fish.
Is Cat allergic to fish or doesn't like fish?
Doesn't like.
Okay. Sometimes these questions come up.
Her dad's allergic. Just random. So, Tony.
Like, yeah, now that windbag's gone, whew, Bertram Phillips came in with the rest of them.
Rest of them?
Oh, a lot of these folks, mercenaries and people working for the Shaper. It's like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the business. Like, and I would never discriminate against who can have one of my pizzas. But They're just a weird group. You know they're putting null metal flakes on their pizza? What kind of weird person eats that stuff?
Oh, it's disgusting. Who would
Even
do
better
that?
question, where do they get them?
It seems dangerous.
Who would come up with an idea to eat null metal flakes on food?
It's just like they say it's a delicacy. A lot of people been talking about it's the folks at Dactylor been spreading the null metal around. I will admit I've had an offer or two on my place. But I think I want to make this my home. I like it. It's nice and cozy. It's outside the the hustle and bustle of Haven. Little piece of the echo for myself. What can I help you guys with, though?
I guess I'm wondering if next time you get an order from one of these mercenary companies, would you mind letting us do the delivery? You'll get to keep the tip, naturally.
On just the tip?
Ha!
12 perverts here.
I don't understand.
It's like Tony breaks down. He's just like, me either. I just keep saying it. Tony's the kind of guy that makes the "that's what she said" joke when he doesn't understand it at all.
Naturally.
He's like,
But-
"Oh, you guys, that seems a little bit dangerous for both you and me. Like, what if you get in, see their stuff, learn that they're not quite good guys themselves, and they try to hurt you? I'm sure you can handle yourselves, but it's not an inconsequential group of people. And then secondly, what if it gets back? Did I let you deliver one of my pizzas?
We can always say that we waylaid you and stole it.
I mean, that is a plan that happens in the movies. But you'd have to rough me up first. And,
I guess we would.
oh, I'm very soft.
You know,
Go ahead.
we could also use my disguise kit to make it look like you've been roughed up.
Okay, but... And, like, I'm not saying that I'm not willing and quite happy to do this. But if we were to do this, what's in it for me? They're big orders. And if you... And it looks at Kat. If you go around killing all of my customers...
Now, I have not killed anybody in front of your eyes.
I've heard tale once or twice. You and that blue fella that came in with malpractice's office, that gets around.
Whoa.
Cat just kind of looks to the side. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But what's in it for me?
You know those scooters you bought, right?
Of course, love the scooters. Makes delivery really easy. This time was very, very convenient that you guys were just right in front of my shop.
Could you use another couple?
I mean, what are we thinking about, like, more long distance vehicles? Like, what if, say, I wanted to start a caravan of sorts? But a lot of talk about people like starting to trade with alkali.
might be able to do some upgrades on the ones that you have now to make them possible to carry trailers.
Trailers, you say? Hmm. Free of charge, of course.
I'm sorry. Are you proposing we give them tuk-tuks?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Tuk-tuks, you know.
Tuk-tuks.
Yeah,
They're the
you
little
know-
like semi-enclosed rickshaw things.
Yeah, it's like a little diesel-operated, like 3-person scooter almost. See them all over the Philippines.
I am now looking at tuk-tuks or auto rickshaws.
Yeah.
Like a one front wheel, two rear wheels, enclosed cabin, open
For,
driver's seat. I think.
Most Americans are going to
Tony
recognize them from like India or Philippines movie scenes.
The Grand Tour or Top Gear.
Yeah, that too.
Man, these things look dangerous as hell.
They are.
Yeah.
I
welcome.
just assume you turn too hard and the whole thing rolls over, right?
It does.
Yep.
I'm so glad that this is true.
They also go like all of 10 miles an hour. I believe.
So Tony wants his tuk-tuks. Tony is just like drawing out schematics in the sand. He's like, okay, this is what I want. I want to be covered because like I hear in Alkali it rains. It doesn't rain here in the Celestial Sea, but I'm afraid of rain. So I want a roof, and I was thinking for more stability, what if we get a third wheel in the back? Like I was thinking in a row, but I could be convinced to have them side by side.
Side by side would probably be better.
Just like the inline tuk-tuk, as it the inline Tony was gonna have to come later.
I found a picture of one with a trailer I put in the workshop.
I'm gonna go in there immediately. Wow, that is intense.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, if that thing tips over, we're really screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, don't you want to live with danger?
Look at the vibes on it. The vibes are immaculate.
I could probably upgrade at least one of them for free. Because it'll be a heavy job.
All right, well then, he like claps his fish fins together. Absolutely, let's get to it. If you guys want to come into the shop, and as soon as they make the order, we'll send you guys out. What size uniform we got? We got one for an epic. Looks like. Are you a orc standard?
I'm a little short for an orc because I'm at only 6'10".
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, we're gonna have to hem the legs. Hem the legs. I don't have any short orcs on my staff. Looks at Billiam. He's just like, he's
Please, don't worry about it. I'll just simply blend in.
absolutely, and she's like, and Cat, of course, we got ones that'll fit you just spot on.
Excellent.
He's like, all right, meet me in my office as soon as you're ready. Like, I'll let you know when they call. Didn't know we were actually going to go the pizza route, like knock on the door as the pizza man. But here we are.
Do we want to go talk to hold on, Bertrand?
Bertrand Phillips.
Yeah. Do we want to go talk to Bertrand about it, or are we just assuming that anything we say to him will immediately get back to the group working for the Shaper?
I think that he's probably at the very least on their payroll.
Well, certainly.
I think what we should do is figure out what exactly, before we talk to him, let's figure out what exactly we want to get back to the Shaper's crew. Like, because we can control that message, and if we can use that to maybe sow some discord or create some misdirection, that might work in our advantage. So let's think about that. So I'm going to assume that the Shaper and his crew have been aware of our presence pretty much from the start. But they don't know what we're here to look for. If we can convince them that we're actually looking for something else, so that they're not expecting us to show up on their doorsteps with a pizza, that might be in our advantage. If they don't know that we're here to investigate the magic pipes, also potentially worth using. Like, so we could potentially make it seem like we really care about null metal trafficking, which, like, at this point, we know that they do, and it's not, they know that we know that they do that. So it's not like we have to hide that we know any of that. We could make it look like our, that's all we're asking about. So if we could go and maybe ask him if he knows anything about just null metal, and leave it as, let that be a little bit of misdirection that we can use. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I'm along for your ride here.
Works for me. I have a question. Just things that popped into my mind. How does magic feel here compared to the last time we were here?
More so. But like not like pockets of it. Like this place does not feel inherently magical. Like if you were to use detect magic, you would detect some of the items around you, but the city streets are not glowing with magic. Like if you look up, you can see Luna in the sky, and that feels very magical. But and the moonlight is casting magic as it does now. It
Right.
didn't before, but it did before the before.
Okay. So, is it reasonable for Renic to conclude that if they have access to a valve like we heard about, that they haven't messed with it substantially yet?
That seems like they have at least not turned it on, because
Okay.
based on what Soki said, you would know.
Okay. Great. Yeah, so that sounds like a reasonable plan. Short of any other random rumors or anything else that anyone has learned.
Yeah. So we're gonna go up to Bertram.
Yep.
Bertram Phillips.
Yep. You want me to see the disinformation?
Go for it.
All right, cool.
Welcome. She's welcome, fine friends, absolutely, for a steep discount, heavy discount. Like, you may each peruse and claim one item from Bertram Phillips Oddities.
So, I guess what I want to know is, Bertram, I'm in the market for some null metal. And I understand that you're the guy who can get it for me. and so what can we do on that?
I'm sorry, it cut out right there. What'd you ask?
I understand you're the guy who can get me some null metal.
Oh, absolutely. If you're looking for null metal, it's just like, okay, we got a big shipment in, but I'm a little light. I'm a little light on null metal unless you're looking for just the flakes. If you're looking for the flakes, maybe a bullet or two I can help you out. But if you're looking for any weight, I'm not gonna have it. Working on, like, a lot of it came in, but I feel like they're putting it all to work right now. I'm not in the loop. You know, it's just a merchant. Just a merchant.
Obviously. Now, I'm wondering if you'd be able to maybe place a special order with your suppliers, though.
How special are we talking? Like, if it's just with the suppliers, it's gonna take a couple weeks to get here. But if I know a guy who knows a guy who does a thing, and maybe we can find something that fell off of back of a truck, you know? And it's just the shaper doesn't need to hear one way or the other about it, if it's worth our while. This project can wait a week or two, can it?
Might be worth your while indeed. So what I am looking for is going to be... I'm looking for essentially a null metal flake dispersion mechanism, so that I could basically just rapidly disperse a cloud of null metal flakes in basically a 30-foot by 30-foot by 30-foot cube. Basically fill a room with just null metal flakes. Would you be able to get something like that for me?
It's just, he looks around, looks back and forth, and like motions you guys a little bit closer. This is some pretty top tier, like high tech equipment that you're looking for. This is a pretty specific order. And I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but it's like, what do you know about the Shaper's plans? You know what he's making?
If I were privy to the Shaper's plans, do you think that knowing the Shaper the way you do, he would take kindly to me discussing that?
No. I mean, like, he definitely wouldn't be, but I would have figured, like, anybody that knows about the NFDS would be able to, like, you must be higher up on this than I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I thought you were checking me. I thought it was a little like, I thought we were doing an honor check, and I hope that I passed. And Shaper, if you are listening, I'm your servant fully. And he's just like, of course. It's like they're making a lot of cool weapons in that new place. A lot of cool weapons for the Shaper. It's just like he's hiring some engineers, looking at some people, asking some people to join up. You know, the simple things. It's just, I'm honestly surprised you didn't know about them yourself. It's of course you know that they're building weapons in the alley, or like in the warehouse next to Thieves Row. Of course you know all of that. I'm sure you've also heard that they halted production in the warehouse due to finding some strange room in some ancient ruins. But I don't know why I'm telling you this. You know.
Well, we're just making sure we're both on the up and up.
Of course. He says, like, as he's talking, he's wrapping up 4 items, just like he's just grabbing them off of his shelf and like wrapping them in paper and handing them to you guys. It's just like, and this one's for you, and this one's for you, and here you go, and here you are. And he's just like, oh, look at the time. I seem to have sold out of items. And it's just like, thank you all so much for visiting Bertram Phillips' Shop of Oddities. He's just like, I think I might need a nap.
Been a pleasure doing business with you.
I'm just gonna give you guys each like items at random here, by the way.
Yippee.
It's just, and that goes there, just at random.
That's like I said. Cat, since you said yippee first, you get lunar blossom. A lunar blossom. This flower is a matching flower as from one of them from the moon. Like it is one of the succulent flowers. It has 5 petals. If you eat one of these, it will provide you insight into future events that somebody dreamt the situation that you're in, so you can see one way that it might work out. So you can roll 2 dice on all the rolls for that scene once you eat eat a petal of the flower. Renic, you get the gelatinous pocketbook. A purse made of squishy, semi-transparent jelly that consumes all items placed inside of it. It cannot harm magical items, but it will consume any mundane object in seconds. Can still be safely put in your pocket. It doesn't like cloth.
Don't put your hand in the pocket.
Interesting. I like that.
So, Arthur, you get the Kleptomancer's spoon. I do like Kleptomancer. It's a tarnished silver spoon that steals memories instead of food. For 5 AP, if you are within distance to put it through somebody's head, if they do not feel it, there is no pain. For 5 AP, you can extract one specific memory from an NPC and then just take it right out. You could then eat it so you could have the memory, but it can only be used once a game.
So, let me make sure I understand correctly, because you said for 5 AP, I can put this through someone's head, and if they don't feel it, they
won't feel it. They won't.
Feel it. Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say,
if you spend the 5 AP, it becomes intangible to skulls. But if you don't, it's just a spoon. Unless they have some kind of magic detection, it is just going to be a spoon.
All right, and if I were to use the spoon in its mundane form and scoop up brain cells, for instance, would I then be able to eat those brain cells and gain the memories contained therein without having to spend the AP?
I think we're going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
And Billiam, you get the paradoxical teapot. A brass teapot that pours both scalding hot tea and freezing cold ice water at the same time.
The sensation of senses.
You can either deal 4 damage for burn damage, or for it's liquid nitrogen basically that you are pouring on them. The teapot can be used 3 times upon a full filling, and once it's empty, it takes a day for it to get back to the correct temperatures. He was just going to be a shop. He also had a thing called Screaming Soap. But now we'll never see it. Alright. Get things moving. Are we going into Tony's? Tony, and Tony's?
Sounds like a plan to me.
I think we should. I think that's the best. Sorry, I think Tony's is still our best way to get in. I mean, we could probably go find it and kick the door in, but that tends to not be the best way to do things.
Nobody turns down the pizza guy.
Exactly. Everyone opens the door for the pizza guy.
Absolutely. So inside Tony's, you see just he's 100% right. There is fruit all over the place in here. There's fruit. It smells amazing. It smells like pizza in here. He also has like some slightly used weapons around. He's just like, friends, come on in. It's just like, these are the new hires, everybody. They're gonna be the delivery folks for the time being. It's like, and nobody doubts that. They've been working here for a long time. They are trusted employees. Am I heard? Am I understood? He points to his other employees. And they both just nod along.
I mean, if he's not already, Tony is going to be a de facto mafia boss. That's just how this is going to end up.
Yep, that's how we're gonna do it. It's 'cause he has an Italian name, and like we have to.
The pizza shop.
Antoni's.
Yeah, it's the pizza shop.
He answers he gets a ring as you guys are putting on your new uniforms. You look amazing in those, by the way, just amazing. Tony's, what can I get for you? We've got fruit, pizza, and weapons. Of course. Standing order? Of course. Yep, all the no flakes. Yep, we got them. Yep. Okay. And then he hangs up. He's just like, the order's in. He's just like, okay. Like you two. Oh, and they head out of the store. And they're like, and then Tony's just like, okay. Tony sits down in a chair, and he's bracing himself for a beating, and he's just like, okay. Now what I'm thinking is maybe a little bit of darkener underneath my eye, make it look like you really hit me over there. And I'm feeling, and this might be a little bit too far, but what if you get a little lip plumper, and make it look like I got a nice fat lip?
We can do that. So I get to work, giving him some black eyes, and I make it look like his lip is swollen, and I also give him some basically a gash on his forehead that's kind of looks like he's bleeding out.
Oh yeah, forehead cuts, they bleed. Really cover my face with that one.
Yeah. So I'm making it look like he's been roughed up really good, and then I take basically some sugar glass out and make it look like he's got little shards of broken glass in him, like he's been hit over the head with a bottle or something.
Oh man, absolutely.
So yeah, now he looks like he's been seriously roughed up. So if anybody asks, we were never, we did this to you, right?
Of course. I was assaulted.
But not us, right? I want to actually be able to come back to your establishment. Your pizza is fantastic.
That is true.
No, absolutely. I would okay, so I need 4 people. Okay. And don't need to be vague. Here. It can't come back onto you, but they also can't catch it. What if they catch a random group of people that match the description I'm about to give? That'll work out very poorly for those people. They had nothing to do with it. Okay. So hear me out.
Hmm.
One of them is a flying squirrel that has a catchphrase. Something maybe like excitement or adventure. And then the other one, maybe it's just like he's a big blue guy missing an arm. But then he has a prosthetic arm. Prosthetic, like, it's the one-armed man. And then I'm thinking, like, obviously, like some people have seen, like, what if we add a female to the group? Really, like, get an intrigue. Maybe one of those foxes. And then lastly, I'm thinking, what does a sneaky thief look like? Raccoons. Raccoons are sneak thieves. Last one's a raccoon.
That sounds much better than my suggestion of a goblin, an
can't-
orc, and 2 halflings.
Hmm.
I was gonna say he can't say this to us. He just makes this decision after we leave, so that we can't tell him that it's not. It can't be Tomb Squad.
He's just gonna blame Tomb Squad. Like, he
Like,
doesn't.
Renic
he
is
doesn't,
too responsible. He knows this. He can't let him do that. So if that's what he wants to go with, it has to be after we've left.
Oh no, you can 1,000% stop him. I think he was probably like reading like the paper about Tomb Squad, and that's why he's thinking of them. He does not know he's doing it on purpose. Like, he's not doing it on purpose.
Okay.
Even better. And I think
No, that is Tomb Squad. You can't do that either.
Tomb Squad. Oh, Tomb Squad.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah, them. Yeah, you can't do that either.
Can't do them. Can't do them. Oof. Imagine if I had. The Shaper would be chasing them around.
Squad.
Yeah, where's the button?
Okay. We'll think of somebody generic. Like that could basically describe anybody. 4 fish people.
Whatever. Just keep it vague, keep it generic. I mean, don't.
Yeah, maybe I
don't-
didn't even know what kind of people they were. Maybe you hit me with a bottle from behind. That could solve problems.
yeah, you
there you
didn't
go.
see who did it.
Very well, we're going to take the pizzas before they get cold.
That would be great. Like, nobody likes cold pizza. Well, the
Wow.
next day, cold.
The next
pizza.
day, no,
Next
tomorrow,
day.
great. Not when you're expecting it warm.
All right, well let's get Mosey in here. We'll load up the tuk-tuk and we got the address.
It's the warehouse in the alley.
Okay, cool. And Kat, you know how to get there, right?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
None of my pizza box tokens are working, and it's driving me crazy. Everybody.
I was really hoping you'd found a tuk-tuk token.
Oh fuck! I really should. God damn it! Can I?
It's fine. I just when you were switching, I was like, oh man, he's going all in on this.
I really try. I was like, auto rickshaw. The fact that you guys were all like, was it as Arthur was doing Tony's makeup? It was just in the corner, Renic and Kat putting together a tuk-tuk.
It's gotta be, right?
just watching him. Okay, you're just gonna build that right now.
I mean, it would be better if we had the better time or more time and better supplies, but this will work for the time being.
It's a prototype.
Yes.
It's for my future sales. This is a good idea. I'm glad I came up with it. Yeah. I was
Look,
totally
you can.
mad,
There's even enough space where you can put branding on the side of it.
So Tony has to have connections with people. Like, well, Like that is what we're about to find out. Like once we start him on the path of being a mob leader.
He's got to get his null flakes from somewhere.
We'll start up a Tuk Tuk gang.
I thought about that, but then I thought about what I just did. But I need to make sure you guys can control the pizzas, just in case. I don't know. What if it comes up?
We have become the pizzas.
All right, who's delivering?
I'll take it.
Yeah. Probably the safest. I'll be kind of waiting on the side of the door, just out of sight. So if you get them to let you in, we'll once they open the door, we can start rushing in, and then we can throw the pizza at them, create a ruckus, and then go to town.
Like you just hear them like echoing through their plate mail. Like, ooh, it's like Tony's got here. Oh, it's a little bit slower than normal. So you got my extra cheese with the cheese crust, and then stuffed cheese crust. No sauce, just cheese.
I think that is this one. This one smells like just dairy.
Oh. I'm still on the clock right now. Can you just take one of the pieces and slide it right through the grate in this plate mail? And the other one's like, we're not supposed to do that anymore. We got in trouble. He's just like, nobody's here to watch us. They won't tell on us. You wouldn't tell on me, would you?
Of course not.
No, never.
You'll have to hold the box for a moment.
Renic holding 4 pizzas is fucking killing me right now.
Yeah, so I hand him the box.
He grabs it. He's like, all right. Ooh,
Yeah, so
still steamy. All right.
use the other hand to get a piece out and like lift the visor and slide it in. I'm definitely gonna make sure like a little bit of cheese gets stuck on there, so it's like stuck though.
He's like, yeah, roll me a 20-sided. Roll me 2 20-siders and take the higher.
Okay.
Cat's gonna be careful. It's hot.
He's like, oh, it's hot. Oh, it's getting close to my mouth. Oh, God. Oh, it's so good. It's just like, the one's just like shaking his head. He's just like, we're not supposed to do that. It does smell really good, though.
So then he just like closes the box and picks it back up.
Oh, okay. All right. Here, just leave the one out here. If you don't mind, we'll have one out here. They got the money for you inside.
Works for me. And so he like to now have a free hand sets down hands him one of the pizzas.
She's like, oh, it's fucking score. I love Tony's.
It's so good. It's so
good.
That's why I got this job. It's so good.
So yeah, we're just loading in pizzas behind you, like carrying them all in to get, and then to get the payment. We'll follow it. I'll follow Renic in with a stack.
Well, here we go. And
So we just go in through here.
yeah, right on through. It's just like, and the one's just like, we're not supposed to just let them in. He's like, I want to get this pizza in me. You want to go in there and talk to them? They're also yappy, and they're gonna take the cheese pizza from us. You know they are. They always do. Whoever's on guard duty always gets boned.
That sucks.
It does. Like it's like the second one pulls off his helmet and just sets it on the ground and just starts eating one of the pieces of pizza. He is a incredibly large, like beefy mouse person. Like he's not one of the small mouse people. He's huge. And it's just like
while he's kind of out there, I take him aside and go, you ever considered that you protect the means of production, and that without your work, without your essential labor, none of this happens? That maybe you should be getting a larger piece of the pie, as it were?
Oh, I've never really thought about it like that. It's just like, yeah, I've always just kind of felt like I'm just like a cog in the wheel, you know? It's just like, but if I'm easily replaced. There's just like giant mouse man, and he's like, hot, 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 hot. They're a dime a dozen. Like, I'm not like a skilled laborer. I just stand here and guard the door.
Well, you do, but so do your compatriots, and shouldn't all of you be treated with the kind of fairness and equity that everybody else seems to get, the kind of respect that they seem to get in there?
They do get a lot of respect. And more times off, and more pizza. They get to decide on the pizza too. You know how long it took them to convince them to order us one cheese, extra cheese, stuffed crust with cheese, no sauce? Took forever. Also, here we go.
Just saying, you might want to consider unionizing.
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, man. There it is.
Wow.
Beautiful.
No sauce,
Egg
but
pizza.
cheese sauce on the side.
Pizza, 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 pizza. Delivery!
If all I said was Tony's instead, it'd be perfect.
Oh my god.
Tony's.
Tony's.
Delivery.
Delivery! The horn is definitely like the Godfather song.
If it wasn't before, it is now.
Ridiculous.
We should probably take these pizzas in before, we get in trouble for them being cold.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So just right through here?
Yeah, right through there, guys. It's just like, and also, it's just like, what? Do you have any literature on the means of production? Just in case we wanted to read in the future.
As a matter of fact, I do. And I pull out a pamphlet that has been printed up with null metal infused ink that I stole from the printing press from the News Channel 6 Otters several sessions ago. And it basically just creates the illusion. It basically creates the sensation that, yes, they do have workers' solidarity. And it empowers them to feel like they really should be maybe given a seat at the table at the decision making. They should have some collective bargaining power.
1000%. Roll me 2d20.
You got it.
I do love starting a union. Oof. Alright, tough choice.
Okay.
Alright. So a tough choice. Do they get the wrong lesson out of this? Like, what? How do we? Oh no, it's gangsters. That's like, they get they can either not understand it at all and just like keep their jobs, or they think it's just like, what about protection racket? It's just like, what if other people need help seizing the means of production? Getting in the business of seizing means.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes the line between union and organized crime is It's very porous sometimes. I'm gonna say that because our goal is to sow a little bit of chaos here, let's let him get the wrong idea. We can use that.
They're like, hey, while you're in there, maybe we can guard your little, like, your cart for you. Just for this first one, it's free. This one's on the house. We'll guard your cart. It's just like, yeah. The other one talking.
And I just kind of look at him. I go, "That's some shiny armor you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it." Nope, just making an observation.
Also, if I don't know if Vala's in the chat real quick, but I think this is the last screen that we're gonna be able to see it. The constellation has been in the background whenever we can see the stars. By the way, that's the constellation that Vala made.
Awesome.
I figured out how to like make it a token. All right, everybody, delivering pizza.
So yeah, let's go in.
All right. Cat's gonna look at the receipt. We got a
Well, that's a
stack of
thing.
pizzas here for a Mr. Shaver.
Yep. All right, what we got? It's like, oh, wait, did the guys just let you in? You're not supposed to be in here. Oh, close your eyes. None of this is for you.
Unfortunately, I've seen it all.
I throw the stack of pizzas at the largest one, hoping to hit him in the face with them, and so that they'll be basically his face will be covered with like hot molten cheese.
Yeah, give me a 20-sider.
Here we go. Nope.
He catches the pizza and like he's just like, hey, and he opens it up and he's just, this isn't what I ordered. I don't think you're with Tony, and Tony's at all. Then this one jumps out with like he's got a I don't want to say the words he's got a big wrench because we've used a big wrench multiple times. I think he's got like an auto saw situation, like
It's a big
like an impact hammer. I was thinking like an impact hammer
Oh, okay.
in his hands. It's a big one too. He's just like, hey, it's just like, you don't be throwing pizza. What's going on here? It's like, you guys aren't supposed to be back here. It's like, we already told him not supposed to be back here. Then he threw that pizza. I'm like, all right, everybody up against the wall. Don't make me use this thing.
I'm gonna
And like,
I'm gonna close on the guy, and I'm just gonna try and sucker punch him.
the dwarf that's talking?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna roll. You gotta roll higher than me.
Yep. Cool.
Okay, I rolled a 7. You also rolled a 7. Good job, us.
So we basically like do the thing where we both hit each other at the same time.
Yeah, you punch him in the face. He hits you right in the stomach. He hits you in the breadbasket with his pneumatic hammer. It does 4 damage, and it does 4 normal damage and 2 null metal damage. So 2 AP damage as well. But then you crack him in the face. He is just he's a minion, so, and you hit for 4, so like he just sprawls out. And they're just like, they're not the pizza deliveries!
I grab the impact hammer and I toss it to Billiam.
Oh,
Like, I think Billiam's strong enough that it's not the comical, like, grab it and, like, hit the floor thing, but,
I
you know.
guess I'm killing again.
It's just like, the guy in front of you wearing, like, robes, and he's got a mohawk. He's just throws out a couple of kicks. He's just like, you don't know who you're dealing with, old man.
Oh, they keep calling me old.
Maybe
When
dye your
they're
facial
6
hair.
feet in the ground, it doesn't matter.
This is a repeat of earlier.
Alright, you all get +5 when you are making rolls to defend each other.
Nice.
Okay.
So there's a monk coming at Billiam. He is like, it is very embarrassing. You guys remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies?
Oh, jeez.
So like, you know how the Foot Clan, like, they would take a couple steps and then throw a kick and like punch out a couple of times, then take a couple of steps, throw a kick. It's that. That is happening on his way towards Billiam.
I definitely want to break his legs with this hammer.
All right, give me that. Give me 2 20-siders because you got a weapon up on him. I mean, you guys like 7s, but that 19's gonna do it. So this does 2 damage and then 2. 4 damage and then 2 AP damage. He is also just a minion. So where in his leg did you hit him, and how bad did the breaking?
I'm hitting him on the side of the knee. And I just want to turn that kneecap and everything associated there to dust.
And you did it with null metal, so that he can't even magically heal this.
To prove a point that what he's doing is dumb.
Like he tries to throw like a really like one of those like sweeping head kicks. Like it's so telegraphed, and you can just like put your put it right up to the side of his knee and just bye.
Gunk. He's like on the floor screaming like, yes,
Oh,
serves you
definitely.
right.
It's like ah.
Just kind of like spit on him like, peasant.
Okay, so this guy and this guy are both gonna be trying to get into the tank. By the way, that is what they're doing. You guys both, because Renic and Cat, you guys both can take a turn to ambush these guys, because they are still taken off guard by the fact that you are not the pizza delivery guys.
Cat's gonna take the pizza box and do like was done before, throw it at the purple one there, and rush after the pizza box with the poison dagger, and swing it at that person.
Absolutely. So just so I know, when we were throwing it, are you like frisbeeing it, or are you like throwing it so it gets flat side? So as he tries to catch it, the knife goes through the pizza box and the pizza, and then stabs him.
I was thinking like holding the bottom of the pizza box, then throwing it pie style, like pieing somebody in the face.
Okay. Yeah.
And then so most of their vision is blocked by the oncoming pizza box.
I'm following this now. Give me 2d20.
Ah,
Yeah, 16 and an 18 will definitely do it. What poison did you stab him with?
oh, it's random, so I forget exactly what. Let's see, it was 1 to 6, 1 being minor, like a. Shoot, I've got it written down somewhere, I think.
By the way, everybody, this knife, to me, has like the hilt is like one of those multicolored pens, just with like a ton of like, but instead of ink, it's all just poison.
Four. I believe 4 was null metal poison.
Like, well, lucky for them, that does not affect them. But you did still. Oh no. Are we all aiming to kill in here?
No, because Tony said they'd like to keep their business.
That's fair. That's fair.
That man's gonna buy a lot of pizzas from his couch.
It's like, just sitting on his couch, no fucking knee, like bottom of his leg, just like laying limp.
At least he's got pizza.
That's gonna have to get amputated. But at least he gets a fancy prosthetic.
Right? There you go. Oh, the silver lining is so important. So he is stabbed and he's just like wheezing as like he can't see because the pizza box is in his face, but then you stabbed him through the box and he's just like it still smells great. This guy, the biggest guy, is climbing up on top of it. He has a piece of pizza in his hand as he's like running to get into the tank as he's shoveling the pizza in. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got you." Renic?
Let's see. What do I want to do here? I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna I'm carrying too many pizzas. No, I have a free hand.
You have one free hand because you handed the other pizza to them out there.
Yep, sure do. So I'm gonna draw Desolate Gale and run after the guy and try and whack him with it.
Don't whack me, bro! Yeah, I'd still say 2d20 for this one is for you as well, yeah.
I'll take the 12.
Absolutely. You smack him unconscious as well, and like his face bounces off the tank.
Oof.
Oh, this one is definitely he hits him like in the hand that's holding the
okay.
pizza into his own face, so it just shoves the pizza super deep into his own mouth, type of thing.
It's like, ah!
Yep.
Why did
Yep.
I order extra hot?
Yeah.
Why do I do this to myself?
What? I don't know why you wanted all of the peppers, but this is what you get.
Ah! Say I ordered so many ghost peppers. It's haunting. I really wanted the falafel pizza Junior. As he screams as like the cheese is fusing to his face.
Yes, good riddance.
He's gonna remember that. That's gonna be like pizza face.
He's,
Oh, where's
he's
that
two-faced, but
NPC
with
nightmare
pizza.
card?
Renic building himself a rogues gallery of legally distinct Batman villains. I can't wait for you to deal with the puzzler.
Wait till you find out about his arch nemesis, the Japester.
Oh, the Japester. I'm trying to make a Harlequin joke, but I can't get there.
Clown Girl.
his budget sidekick, Clown Girl. and the Puffin.
The Puffin was exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, no.
Mr. Cold.
Mr. Cold, yep. Oh, we're just gonna get lost on this forever. This is all I can think about now.
And the other one is just Osiria.
It's Osiria.
It's not Poison Ivy, it's just Osiria.
Yep. the angry haberdasher.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I got there. Sorry, everybody. It took me forever. All right. So these guys are all like, he eventually screams himself till he passes out, as does the broken leg guy, and this guy bleeds himself unconscious, but he's not gonna die, just unconscious.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the my new magic spoon, my spoon of kleptomancy, and I'm gonna spend the 5 AP, and I'm going to reach into the skull of the leader, and I'm gonna see if we can find out if these goons know anything about the magic pipes.
Oh yeah. I don't think this is gonna require a roll because he can't fight back.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
So yeah, absolutely. That you see him like taking an elevator down. Like when they found this warehouse, it didn't look anything like this. It was just a building. They added the lights, they've like added the shelving, but there was an ancient like elevator device in the back, which we can see if I move. Oh, yep. Stop moving. It's back there. And when they went down there, Angry Bowler instead of Mad Hatter is pretty alright too. When they went down there, they found this strange pipe, and they, as like members of, you can feel the fear in the memory. Like they do not like magic. They don't trust it. They're null flakes. You see, he like immediately reaches into a pouch and pulls out some like null pebbles and just starts popping them into his mouth upon seeing it. Like, he assigned another crew to be down there to guard the pipe to make sure nothing happens. Like, he doesn't trust the lever that's down there. He doesn't want anybody touching it. He told everybody, guard this, don't let anybody near it, but whatever you do, do not touch that lever. I don't trust it. We'll get the Shaper down here, we'll figure out what's going on.
I think that gives us a good clue as to who's trying to control how this thing works. Let's go down and see what we can find out. I really want to pull that lever.
This is where we need to go, I believe.
Before we do that, Cat's gonna use Needful Key on the ignition switch for this tank here.
Yeah, it starts right up. It's a purring. You see that this thing is, if we had gotten to fight it, it is a walking tank that can both walk, and it has treads on the bottom to go through like sand and stuff very easily. It all terrain, except for water, I suppose.
Would you call it an all-terrain attack tank?
Would I probably would, you know?
Sorry, I had to derail for a second.
I hate that pun. I hate it. So
That's better than Tachikoma. I was gonna go with Tachikoma.
Did I ever show you guys my AT-AT Rex?
So I guess my question: do you guys obviously prefer that, but actually it's supposed to be at.
Yeah, I've heard everybody pronounces it at, right?
Yeah, it's at. It's an at.
At. This is my at Rex.
Yes.
That becomes a problem when you get to the ATST.
Then it's at.
All right.
You're all such nerds.
Well, we all have our own flavor of nerd.
At the risk of derailing further, is that something that needful key something that I can write down for my take note ability?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
It's a magic item, right?
It is a magic item.
It's a magic item that the spies do have to make.
Okay.
So like Kat at one point in time made this off screen.
Okay.
But like you can watch how it like morphs and like you could help them out with it later. Right now, Kat, why don't you roll me 2d20 and see if you have access to all of this thing's artillery? You fucking do. Sure do. Kat, this thing is you know what? This thing, you can tell, like this has been a little bit made off your own technology, like how the Shaper was stealing your motorcycles. Like, this is all very similar. Inside this tank, it's like riding a bike. It's like literally, there is a like arcade game setup style of a like a rallycross motorcycle without the wheels style situation.
Oh, I love those arcade games.
And so it's exactly that. It's just like, that's how you steer. And like, you find out, it's just like, oh, these aren't brakes. These are literally your rockets. And like, you guys, there's enough room for all four of you in here. Spacious. There's also a nice like cappuccino machine. Now there's a second cappuccino machine and a mini fridge. There's also a convection oven in case that we wanted to, you know, reheat your pizza. There's multiple pizza boxes in here already. But this thing fires null shells that deal 10 damage. They also can fire like explosive rounds that are basically napalm. There are little like portcullises, is that what they call them? Like in the side, so you guys can like everybody else can activate little machine guns, one on each side and one on the back. It also has like this whole room, that's all null metal ammo. Like all of those green boxes you see are holding null metal rounds or sheets of null metal to make another one of these.
This seems bad in here.
I don't think they need it anymore, and since I have a key now...
The elevator's really big. You probably could get this thing in there. Like, I honestly thought we were destroying this thing. I didn't know we were bringing it along with us.
Congratulations, we found ourselves a pet.
Oh dear.
We could. Here's what I propose we do. Let's take this down the elevator, and then see if we can see what we can see, and then we'll destroy the warehouse on top of it, because I don't want the Shaper to have control over this pipeline.
No, I believe that's a good idea, yes.
I'm not sure I agree there.
Okay.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with your assessment of the Shaper having access. I'm not sure we want to collapse the warehouse on top of it.
Open to alternatives. What are you thinking?
I don't have a good alternative for the moment, but I'm not sure destruction is the way we want to go.
But you gotta admit, it would be fun.
Oh, certainly.
If nothing else, though, we can wreck up his operation. Even if we don't bring the bones of the warehouse down, we can wreck up his munitions.
How much of the null can we fit in the tuk-tuk?
Well, you know those images of like all the like grain that they stack like 40 feet tall? That's what I imagine we can do with this.
I mean, the submarine's nearby, right?
Yeah, it is nearby. Peanut did say that if you guys needed help, then you could ask.
I mean, this is, I think, where we had it. So I think Renic doesn't feel comfortable making this decision. I think this is hey, we need like leadership to weigh in on this one. In fact, I think he gets on the communicator and like calls Peanut / whatever senior officer is available.
Peanut could be available for the mission. Like, Akana's also right there, though. We could call Akana. It's like it's a spy-related mission.
Any and all, yeah. So,
Akana pops out of a pizza box. So
I have,
that was a joke, but like she could.
I have some good news. We have successfully, we have encountered. Well, I don't know if this is good news. We have encountered what appears to be an arms manufacturing facility for null arms. Good news, it seems to have been fairly lightly guarded. And we now seem to control most of it. So, we have access to all of the, like, raw materials and stuff. Do you want to bring the submarine over and, take it, or do we want to destroy it?
I am looking forward to Akana's like inner turmoil of bringing that much more null metal into the city. It is a useful thing. Like, we can use it.
And we know it's the Shaper.
We do know
it's
the Shaper.
Yeah. Okay. I would also have included that in the miniature report.
He stole my motorcycle designs. I'm stealing his tank.
Oh, that's fine. It was more the, like, well, do we want to just blow up the warehouse, or...
By all means, Akana, jump right into the call.
Sorry, not blow up, but collapse the warehouse, steal all the materials, or... You're not showing up as muted, but I can't hear you if you're speaking.
Is this thing on?
There, now
We
it is.
got you.
We got it.
Okay. I thought Discord was gonna. Okay. Anyway, Renic. I mean, love your work. Everyone's doing a great job. Cat, stellar. Billiam, thanks for your help. Arthur, top notch. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm not sure. I do have to say, I do think bringing it to the symbol is problem. Do we know of any offshore locations?
I'm trying to bring up the big map so we can like look at it. Give me 1 second. I wasn't ready for it this one.
Ever ready for Kana in a pizza box? I wasn't even ready for that. Oh, Silky brings up a good point in chat.
I was just gonna say, I didn't think Tinger is technically in the city.
Oh god, you're gonna give the Tingers a full arsenal of null metal.
No, we're going to give them some raw materials to work with and maybe use as trade for other items.
Right.
You know. Business
Like
deals. Billiam, shush, you're not even hearing any of this. You plug your ears. Do you have ears?
The null are sorry. The null arms are really what I am more worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is not a. I mean, this is me judging from the background of the map or the screen we're on, right? But it's not like an inconsequential operation, right?
Oh no, this is a huge amount. Like this is easily in armies, like at least a couple of days of like real good solid fighting. Like it could be, the case could be made that they're preparing for an invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely want to get in the way of that, I think, because this is not gonna play well geopolitic.
So I'm gonna ask another, maybe a stupid question here, but given how magic averse or cautious they have to be, could we perhaps work out a deal with the covert?
Could I really quick go through my head and reports that I've read and find out what our relationship currently is with the covert?
Absolutely. You guys are doing perfectly good with the covert. They've just started up the Hunters Guild, which is like the Adventurers Guild, but for hunters. They go after large monsters that are becoming a problem in the Sterling Thicket. They also, like Renic was saying, have a real magical problem against wisps, like that are just pure magic that they have to like lure away. They don't have any way of killing them right now. But educated guesses between the two of you, the wisps are not gonna like null metal, and it could be a way for you to like for them to turn the tides.
Okay, so what if we could play it like we could loan some out and they would return them when they no longer need them, or we could give them a gift of a small cadre of weapons to start like negotiation or other types of talks.
I was more thinking potentially both helping to solve our storage problem and our and the armaments problem, the massive number, right? I mean, we're on good terms with them, or at least we seem to be.
And they would be using it to help themselves.
Exactly, presumably not invading. Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm on board with that. And I make my senior officer badge sparkle for nobody, because you guys already know. But like, just extra oomph making this decision. I'll definitely talk to Peanut and the captain and clear it. But I think that's the way to go.
But that sounds like
some of the extra stuff should go to Tinger, I think.
Sounds like we're stealing it, so we radio the sub. It's like, hey, we need as many hands as we can get to load all this crap.
Requisitioning it.
It is going with us. Let me rephrase. And while I can carry a lot, I cannot carry all of these.
Well, and your hands are full of pizza.
It's true.
We do have a Hey, excellent job on that tuk tuk. I mean, you guys are great. How many you got? These vehicles? Is there anything else? Other vehicles? Because we're racking them up.
Are there other vehicles? Oh, there are designs.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if there are plans to make vehicles with some of this material.
Yeah, on the dwarf that Arthur took out initially, you can find the diagram of how this tank is made. It takes a shit ton of null metal to make this, though. Oh, fun thing, it's powered by mana batteries. So the shell is null, the ammo is null, but the inner workings of it is a silver. But the silver never touches the null. It's like, it does not come in contact. We know that is dangerous.
But it is a tank that, if sabotaged, could blow up easily.
Yeah, you can take that. You do see they have some of. You can get like 3 or 4 motorcycles here as well. I'm gonna definitely say 4 because they don't give the guards motorcycles, but they each have motorcycles to both traverse the warehouse and just have fun. You know.
I'm aware.
These are war cycles. They are somewhere between Cat's designs and if you would like attach just, you know what ice motorcycles look like? Motorcycles that are designed to be on the ice with the really
blades.
long nails. Yeah, the blades and the nails and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
it's that, but imagine that they are just designed to run people over.
But we could just use it for ice. We have ice terrain. Not yet, but maybe.
Oh, we got ice terrain coming. Don't you worry. We do have some, but we haven't actually been up there yet. It's like, all right. Like, hold on, real quick. Let me just go here. Let's give it to you guys. Not the tuk-tuk. That thing's here forever. The sub with its grabby hands just walking down the street. These guys leave. They are just like, nope. So as you guys are in there, the door bursts open as the crew just like lobster walks their way into the warehouse.
Yeah, this is the thing that's happening.
I just make the games. I don't know where they're going.
Like, I'm with Caustic in that, like, we're not supposed to be a military, but we can't just, like, leave all this.
We could blow it up.
I mean, that's potential. That has consequences outside of what we can control.
Pat already hung their dice up.
Fuzzy dice on
Look
the
at the
rear view?
fuzzy dice on the like
I'm
situation.
not thinking about
The
this
rear view.
particular tank. I'm talking about this, meaning, like, everything else
Structure,
in the warehouse.
the structure. But the raw materials, we could
if-
use them to do different stuff.
I am 100% on board if it is, we are going to take it and then immediately dispose of it. But we can't just leave it.
Well, either way, we gotta pick it up.
And we've got grabby hands to do it. Real quick, fun question that just from me: what does the crew do with these people? Like, are you guys just like working around them, or do we like pile them up somewhere?
They definitely get shoved into a corner, right?
All right.
Not shoved. And if we do
Gently
Billiam's
tied
bullet-
up. Yeah, well, I was gonna say it depends. They definitely get left some pizza.
We put some like sticky stuff on them so they're confused.
Like they don't remember getting their ass kicked?
Yeah.
One of them's not gonna remember finding the roots in the basement.
Oh yeah.
I really be like, remember those? It's like, no.
Which is my next point. We should go down and investigate that. While the crew's doing all this stuff up here.
Agreed. While
Yes.
while it is being loaded, we should go figure out what is down up with the downstairs.
I will oversee the loading of all the things and yeah, keep up the good work. High fives all around. And finger guns.
Pew pew pew.
Quite.
The crew just in here like do. It's always circus music. You guys,
Business as usual.
As we go down to the elevator, I guess, what do we see?
look, the elevator touches the bottom, and you see a group of 4 people, and they are saying less guard-like than the other ones is true because they are not wearing full plate mail and stuff, but they mostly look like scholars. Like they have books open, they are studying things, like they are measuring, they are doing everything that they can to not touch these pipes. And also there's a lever here. It is a 3-step lever. It is like there's up, middle, and down. It is all the way on the down section. Oh, they hear the elevator coming, and they're like, oh, the pizza must have arrived. It's just like, hold on, I need to get this measurement done. It's just like, okay. It's shoddy work. I mean, they could have turned it off forever if they wanted to. Just like, but if the Shaper wants it to, we could just plant a null spike right here and stop it from ever working again. That is my idea as well. And you guys can all hear this as like the doors are opening up. And they're all just like, pizza time!
This, but we should kill them.
Pizza tank!
Pizza tank. That is quite fascinating. I would be very interested in hearing more about the measurements and the research you have done. Why don't you come explain it to me?
Why are you in our tank?
My tank now.
How did you get it working?
I have a key.
What do you mean you have a key? What do they mean that they have a key? It's like, I would assume they mean they have a key. And they all just raise their hands. It's like, well, unsure if you know how to use that thing, but in case you do, we surrender.
Oh, they're smart.
Yes. We are the Scholarly Four. You may have heard of us from all around the Echo, providing our intelligence and knowing to the Shaper. We are his 4 advisors. And if you don't kill us, maybe we could advise you.
Interesting. I would definitely like to see the measurements and the research that you have done.
Of course, by all means. It's just like that. I'm gonna reach into my pocket. Please don't shoot me. And like the pink-robed orc reaches into his pocket and pulls out a book. It's just like, this is all that I have written about this place. It's just like, are you with any organization? Can you narrow down the kind of information you're looking for? We would each gladly give you something in exchange for our lives.
I don't think we want to tell them what we're from, right? Sorry, let me turn back and say it quietly and in character. I don't think we want to tell them we are from Lockstitch, right? Like, that's not a thing.
I mean, I can always interrogate the fellows.
It's true. I find that at least with the academic world, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
You should be surprised how many missing toes it takes to get information.
You know, I'm sure I don't think I would be.
It's usually one.
That was my expectation. You say this is everything you have written about this place, yes?
This is all of the studying that I have personally done on this. Granted, my background is mostly in magical creatures, ancient things. You understand?
And the other 3 of you?
Like the purple demon just walks forward and he's just like, my specialty is in magical currents and frequencies. Are you familiar with frequencies?
Oh yes, I am quite familiar with magical frequencies and their applications.
Excellent. Then this conversation is going to go much smoother. You see, as you know, the echo is covered with, it's like the atomosphere keeps in all of the radiant magic. Some of it comes down from, a limited amount, very limited, goes up to Luna, or was said to, until a group, Lockstitch, proved it was to be the case. That some magic does go to the moon and is cycled and comes back. Fascinating stuff. But I have here, and he holds up a map of the Echo. And it's just like, ley lines all around the Echo. Places that connect to each other where magic converges. I can give you this if you spare my life. If not, and he pulls up a lighter and he holds it underneath the map. It goes with me.
How would the four of you feel about a different vocational opportunity?
The Shaper has some really good stuff going on for us. Like, he pays us well, health insurance, has our families held captive.
Oh, I'm sure it is the last one that is the problem.
One of, the little red gnome in the back sneezes. He's just like, not for him, he hates his wife. Oh no, I hate that. I hate the hating your wife thing. It's like, not for him, he hates his sister.
He hates his parents.
He hates his parents. And it's just like, he actually just like, he works for the Shaper as long as the Shaper keeps them in jail.
I see. Well then, let us see. Perhaps we can come to some other kind of arrangement. I would like you to step away from the mechanism.
Absolutely. They all still hands up.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, once they are clearly not messing with it anymore, there's no need to be hostile. We can go upstairs and work out an arrangement. Because we don't want to mess with it right now. We want nobody to mess with it right now. Right? Am I misremembering?
No, that is it.
Yeah. All right. Let us all retire upstairs where the pizza is actually waiting, and I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Like, all right, pizza party. Not gonna lie to you. Thought we were gonna kill everybody. Now I'm just gotta move all the tokens.
I am a little disappointed on that, not murdering them all. I'll defer to your good judgment for this.
Well, as a fellow academic, I can assure you that while their notes may be comprehensive, there are things that live in their heads that did not get written down, probably not even intentionally.
Tank was on the map layer.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
It's so much neater when they're just all dead. You don't got any loose ends.
Oh, Lord. Now they
But
know,
then you cannot-
know who we are.
But then you cannot get anything else out of them.
A risk we must take. But
And
like
meanwhile,
I said,
we
I
can
defer to you.
always see about removing whatever leverage the Shaper has on them. That can be a follow-up mission.
It's kind of not a secret what's going on upstairs. I just didn't want to say it while we were doing the initial conversation. There's still a sub with grabby hands and a logo and all the crew loading stuff. So.
And a picture of the captain on the side.
Yeah.
By the way. That picture's canon.
It's not subtle. So we feed them.
They will eat the pizza and it's just like, oh, very, very nice. Delicious. It's just like watching the ship do its work. The angry looking gnome is very interested in watching the sub do its work. This is the guy that stole your technology, Cat. This is the Shaper's engineer.
Might have to have a
yes.
word with him later.
Taking notes. It's just, now, you're going to free us, correct? No harm, no foul. We promise not to say a word about you, and you promise not to murder us. This is the turtle. This is the turtle talking.
We have bureaumancers on the crew that can write up a contract to that effect, right?
Absolutely.
I believe we could probably come to that as an arrangement. Presuming there is we can exchange, we can gather the rest of the intelligence we need. You of course understand it will have to be enforced, yes?
Of course. Do you have memory wiping things? Do you have bureaumancy that can hold us accountable? We are amenable to whichever tactic that you would like to provide.
Oh, I know. Imperial knows that we have access to both of those things. Bureaumancy is probably the easier one to do, right?
Probably. Like, Isaac and Cash and, Kay can all write up a contract.
Yes, we have access to bureaumancies that can enforce this. We can write up a mutually agreeable contract.
Excellent. And what we can offer is a bit of information each of us. It's just like, we don't want to go too much further, because then it'll be obvious to the Shaper that we were involved if you make any moves against him.
Of course.
Perhaps you can throw in a copy of the map, though.
The map, like, the purple demon's holding up, is like, the map is fair game. You may have the map. As soon as I walk out of here, alive and a free man.
I know Caustic is in the chat. Do we have any of the other bureaumancers present? Or are we just going to assume they do the thing?
Yeah, Cash is a bureaumancer, and, like, right in there for sure.
There we
go. We are fine for you guys just to, like, I think we can just, like, play this one out, and then just, like, Cash will have it for us.
Great. I mean, I'm okay with just, like, saying, yes, we exchange information, and they sign the contract, and we let them go. But I don't care. If you just want to, like, that's the thing we do, instead of, like, play it out, instead of sitting here and doing the whole thing. But I don't care. Either way.
Either like, I'm perfectly fine with us just saying that it happens. But I can give you the information that they would give you. Like, so in this one, his name is Snaggletooth Bonebreaker.
Snaggletooth Bonebreaker.
So he comes from a long line of orcs. It's like, he is originally from Sonnery. He's originally from Evil. Arthur, you might be familiar with the Bonebreakers family.
Yeah, they've got a proud lineage.
It's like, Snaggletooth Bonebreaker is a renowned studier of ancient creatures. Their book mostly is listing out all of the things that they have been seeing around the area more recently. Giant whales have made it back to the Celestial Sea. Like, not just one or two, but in droves. Like, we have many whales. Unknown where they are coming from. A lot of the sea shrimp, or sea lice, have started waking up and have become more active. They eat metal, but they have mostly been staying fine. There's been some rumblings in the epics that they've been very excited about. And they have a large section in the book that blames the lack of, they theorize in their book that what turned the magic off 1,000 years ago was a deliberate act by some nefarious group that was attempting to prevent, and then just ambiguous, something from happening. They have yet to find out what that is, but they believe that the Weir at one point in time transferred magic all across the Echo and was purposely turned off. That is their theory.
So we should turn it back on.
Like, pizza in their mouth. That was my thought. Set everything back to default.
Well, what do we want to try turning it back on? Gang?
I would like to go
shot.
flip the switch.
Yeah.
Let there be magic.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to go back down there and just do it, then you can. There's literally nobody stopping you.
Doing it. But this is happening.
No, he's gone.
There might be one person trying to stop you.
No, it's one of those. I don't think. Well, let me just. I think we should figure out what these do before we just go flipping all the switches, or maybe do some more research. But I understand that I may be in the minority there.
The grumpy gnome is just like, switching it on is a thing that you could definitely happen. Like, you guys could, I'm sure. Like, it seemed like everything down it seems like everything down there does work. Very well made thing that but like, you got to be careful because sometimes the connecting pipes haven't been fully turned on yet, and therefore we can have a buildup of pressure. And you could have a pipe burst, which could cause some like unsavory situations, like large creatures, overly powerful monsters, wizard gaining ridiculous amounts of power. But as long as you're like capable of handling those kind of situations, then you should be fine.
Like I said, we should. If we are going to do this, we need to do it orderly and systematically. Not as we find them, higgledy-piggledy.
That does sound logical.
Well, maybe a good thing to do then is note this down and let's secure the building and then use this as basically our foothold in the area, and then we can report back and see what our
secret base in Outer Haven. We can call it, like, what if it's kind of shaped like a turtle shell? We can call it the Big Shell. How are these Metal Gear jokes working for everybody?
Went over my head. I never played it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's all just for me anyway. So, absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
I haven't had to plug the controller into the second port to beat the boss fight yet, so.
This is going to tell you how much time you spent in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. A lot. So, the last guy, right, this is the Frequency guy. This is Ancient Monsters. This is Engineer. Fuck, where do I have it written down? This guy's specialty is people using magic. Like, he specializes in ancient powerful figures. And modern day. He has like a list of the most magical wizards around the Echo, and Lockstitch is just at the top of that list, by the way.
Hmm.
He's just like, okay, there's a spare my life. I'll give you like a rundown. And it's like, flips the page. It's like, number 1 on this list of targets that the Shaper does not want to deal with due to too much magic. Number 1 is this man named Royce Vanderbilt. You heard of him? No. Okay. Number 2.
Is Royce in the building?
Royce is just like, what up?
Hey, what you guys looking at here?
Just a picture of you. He passes out immediately.
Oh, sorry, I'll go back to.
Just says run on site. Just like quickly take your cyanide capsule.
Oh, no. We can't have that.
Yeah, he's got a list of incredibly powerful mages. Like, they're not all you guys. Some of the names are names that you don't know.
Interesting.
Mayor Glomecrest is near the top of the list. Somebody named Crackle is very high on the list.
Oh man, Snap and Pop have got to be on there somewhere. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
There is a Snap and Pop though. That's what makes it not even a joke. Just for the record, I am not making this list. I am not power level scaling you all. There's no way that doesn't lead to arguments.
Agreed. Yeah.
But in the list of who is the most powerful magic creature on the Echo, it's just Royce.
Listen, just because he's made out of magic and can use magic doesn't make him super strong.
I'd be interested in seeing the list of like the NPCs, like not us, but like.
Yeah, I will definitely give you the list of NPCs. It'll just say Lockstitch above it, and then I will give you a list of NPCs.
Fair.
Does he know about T though? Like, questions to answer.
Also, kind of Vatna cheats. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, like the Hall of Fame. You're in it or you're not. Like, there's no ranking system. Don't worry. It immediately occurred to me the problems that I was getting myself into when I started saying it. I was just like, oh no, they're gonna want to know where they sit.
I was gonna say Soki is like a proto harbinger. Like, yeah, we have problems.
Right? Like, Soki is. If he knew, Royce is very blatant with his magic, like what he does. Like, everybody dreamt of Royce doing wild shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just lucky that he just doesn't rub his brain cells together anymore.
Gonna get into this. I can't do it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
Turns out all the player characters are good at what they try to do.
Exactly. Oh my god, exactly. Turns out we're all superheroes.
Competence porn here, guys.
I don't necessarily even care about the NPC ranks. I just wanted to see who like they think is like the big threats that they need to care about. Like
the big threats
on par-ish with Lockstitch.
I would say that they number one, they underneath Lockstitch as a threat, they fear Glomecrest and Glomecrest's adjacent. You see the mayor of Glomecrest and and then it just says his swan, and then underneath it, it says go-go.
That's the fucking truth.
And then chest is on the list underneath Gloamcrest, but not for power ranking, but for interest that he has in the situation. Like, he is seen as a very powerful creature, just not an adversary that they might have to deal with. So chest and hell are listed out. And then all the Olympian gods. And then it just has Apollo scratched off.
Oof.
Krieg is near the top of the list, and the Church of the Golden Gecko.
Yeah.
So those are going to be the main thing. And Crackle is a lone wizard that they are afraid of.
Uh-huh.
Right. Well, everybody loads and unloads their well, not unloads. Everybody just begins loading, and these guys all eat their pizza, sharing the information with everybody, and they start signing the contracts. It's just it's okay, all right. So we swear not to blah blah blah, not to talk about this ever again. Never assume that we had anything to do with this. We were knocked unconscious. Full alibis for us. Can't talk about Lockstitch ever again. All right. Yeah, this all seems in order. And they walk up and shake everybody's hands. This is a very cordial robbery.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shakedown of some type.
Yes, of course.
I'm glad we could come to a non-violent solution here.
It's absolutely. Let me tell you, when I saw you guys show up in that tank, whew, I thought it was over. That was Snaggletooth.
Mm.
It's well, this has been a real treat. If you ever do happen to find yourself in the Shapers, if you find yourself in the Clove Cove in the future, look us up. Obviously the Shaper will have us in one of his cells, but you can find us, ask it, if we free us and our families possibly, we'll happily help you guys out in the future.
Excellent, and glad to hear this.
Alright guys, grab a pizza to go. They all grab a slice of pizza and just alright, well, this has been fun. And they sign the contracts with their full names, and you feel it fall upon them. They cannot speak a word of this event to anyone under, is it threat of death? What is the consequence that we are putting on them? I think it's just silence. I think if they try to, they just cannot speak.
Yeah, I think it's just a can't.
A can't is good. Can't is good instead of dead. I want to see these guys in the future. I didn't know I was going to fall in love with them, but here I am.
Yeah, I like those guys. We need to expand the magical research capabilities.
Akana's attaching a fucking under new management to the front door. And yeah, everyone, that's this game. Lockstitch has a foothold in Outer Haven, where you guys have a warehouse that we are loading up null metal to send to both Fishtinger for them to build mechs and other batshit things out of null metal, and then we are also sending to the Warpletingers in Covert to strictly allow them to help deal with their wisp problem.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to say, Billiam's gonna track these guys.
Oh, absolutely, Billiam. Of course you're gonna track them. Billiam's just bloop, heads out the door. They're gonna lead you back to the Shaper. So, when we try to deal with the Shaper, I'll definitely love to have Billiam involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Cat has a tank and keys to the tank. This thing cannot be harmed by magical means, direct magical means. If you summon a stone and the stone falls on it, still a stone hurting it, but you can't shoot magical lightning at it. You can't target it with spells. It's not immune from fire, but it is a tank, so what's fire gonna do to it? It shoots shells it has incendiary rounds that'll do splash damage that does 6 damage to whatever it hits, and 6 damage to everything in a 30-foot radius. It also has null rounds, and it has the null rounds that Arthur was talking about earlier that will fill up a 30 by 30 foot space with null metal, and with aerosolized null metal, that anybody that breathes it, if you are a magical creature, it's over for you. And we talked about pizza a lot.
That's the important part. I'm guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, like us too. Like the pizza fiend is like terrible. But
so
anyway, thank you guys all very much for playing that ridiculous game, and thank you for making it significantly more ridiculous than I already thought it was gonna be. So tomorrow we are playing a game with the Storms crew. We've got Ez playing Ibring, we got Cash playing Alexis, we have Venex playing Teal, and we have Cass playing Clear. Goodbye forever, everybody. It's like high fives and finger guns.
Goodbye.
Bye forever.
Bye.
Bye.
I gotta go to the bathroom.